Hi, and welcome to another daily devotion. If we were to look at Luke chapter 3 from verse 23 to verse 38, because today I'm still speaking where do different races come from, we would see that as the genealogy from Christ all the way back to Adam, that through the years you will see that there existed people of different colour, different features, right throughout. There were the brown, the black people, the yellow people, the olive-skinned people, and so on. And so, obviously for quite a period of time, there's been recorded in history different races, different colour people. But how was it so then that if we all come from Adam and Eve? Well, it's a very good question, and I think it's one that is very simply answered. And so the difference, just let me read a few things that I've jotted down here. So the difference in races start back with Adam and Eve. I mean, that's very simple, I think. And it was in their genes. And since then, and through their time, offspring intermarried and the mixed match of genes broadened. And you think, okay, yeah, maybe I can buy that, maybe. Well, just listen on. And so a question often asked by man, including evolutionists, is that why are then there's so many countries where the origin of the race is, say, predominantly black or white or yellow? And, why is it? Is there a reason for that? And the other thing, another question, why do so many of the races differ not only in colour but in appearance also? Some that have a larger forehead or a chin or whatever. Let's be honest about it. And so, scientists have sat down and worked out, well, I don't know if they sat down, but they've discussed this matter to say, what, if this is true, and that if there was a supreme being that created people, and for this to actually happen, according to what the Christians say, they would have to be aware, well, they said that they would be aware of minor genetic differences between coloured people, and agreed that there could only be one possible reason why this could be. And they all came to the conclusion that there must have been, at some point in time in history, where a major event took place on the face of the earth that caused people to be scattered. And, this is exactly what took place. And so in Genesis chapter 11, verse 1 to 9, please have a read of this because you'll find it very interesting. And it's the Tower of Babel. And we see that humanity, they all had one language, they all spoke the same language. They were intending to build this tower to reach to the heavens, and the intention is to be like God and to be independent and powerful and strong, and the list goes on. But God, he said, let us go and see what they are doing. And God could see that their intention of what they were doing was not right. And so God, what he did, he confused their language, which suddenly there were groups of people that identified with each other because of the same language that they spoke. They couldn't understand the other people. Consequently, the language groups ended up existing together and then spreading out across the face of the earth in their groups. And we see there is the beginning of where these gene pools began to be strengthened, and we see the predominant genes becoming evident in the generations to come. And so this is a very interesting topic nonetheless, but for scientists to actually say that the only way that various different races could come from would have to be that there was a major event that took place, and we see that this did take place in Genesis chapter 11, where humanity was spread across the face of the earth. Now, if we were to remove Genesis chapter 1 to chapter 11, we remove a lot of the evidence of the very things that, of the questions, answers to questions that are being asked daily. So, for people to say that the Old Testament is not important anymore, it's not true. And for people to say that the first 11 chapters of Genesis are really not relevant anymore, that is also not true. And within those 11 chapters we find such revelation that answers so many questions that people have today. And remember this, at the end of the day, God created the heavens and the earth and the seas and all that is within. Amen. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.